What's going on, guys, and welcome. We're going to be looking at Sword and Shield promo cards, 10 cards that are under $50 that I think have a place in your collection and that I think have growth in the future in terms of money. So let's take a look at our first card, being the Charizard V card. This card comes in the Ultra Premium collection, and it is a beautiful card. It's a card that goes opposite of the Venusaur card that's inside of Brilliant Stars, and for just $8 direct from TCG. And if we look at the chart here, for just about, you could have picked this up for $5, but now it's going to cost you about $6 to $7. People are picking up for $7.23, $7, $7. It's a beautiful card for the price point that it's at, and it definitely has a place in your collection. Charizard is a Pokemon that everyone loves, and this card is beautiful. So let's take a look at our second card. Also being a Charizard card, this is a Charizard V-Star card. This card also has a counterpart, being the Mewtwo V-Star, and this card has a price point of about $15, and over the past year, it was about $10 per card, stagnating from July of 2023 to April of 2023, before it saw a pop up to $15, and then it's now settled at about $13 to $14 per card, and this card is beautiful. I love the cartoon artwork of it. I love how the action is all going on in this card. I love the tentacle in the background. And I think that might be another Pokemon there. But whatever it is, it has a beautiful backdrop. And you have two powerhouse Pokemon in this card, Mewtwo and Charizard, who have massive fan bases. So this card definitely has a place. And it's also a Charizard V-Star, one of the first Charizard V-Stars ever in all of Pokemon. So it's very cool to see this card. And for just $15, it's a great steal. Next up, we have the Charizard VMAX. This card looks like Charizard Godzilla and is very cool. This is the third Charizard out of the three that we just went over that is inside the Ultra Premium collection. This card goes for about $18 per card, and someone just recently picked it up for just under $20. So this card is definitely on the up and up, rising from about $12 all the way up to $15 on average for a near mint holographic card. So over the past year, you could have picked it up for about $10 at its low. It had to spike up to 17 before dropping again, but I think it will break out of this range along with the other Charizard cards that we just went over, out from underneath $20 per card as the Charizard Ultra Premium collection continues to get phased out and people continue to crack it open. These cards are notoriously hard to grade, so getting a PSA 9 and a PSA 10 of these cards is a little tricky. So picking up the raw version is completely fine for this price point, but if you did want a nicer version of this card, it is going to cost you. The fourth card that we're going to look at today is the Pikachu Sword and Shield promo card. This card was one of the first promo cards released for Sword and Shield, and it always shows Pikachu with these starters. They've done this with other sets and other overarching sets like Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, everything like that. Pikachu is beloved, obviously, and so are the starters. I'm not sure where the fan base sits with these Sword and Shield starters, but I know people don't hate them, but they're not beloved yet. Maybe over time they will become beloved, but for right now, at the price point this card's going at, it is pretty good. So we can see over the past year it was up at $38 per card, dropping down to about $26 per card, and now it's back to about $30 to $31 per card. That is the lightly played version, not the near mint, and we're going to look at the near mint. So $30 per card, that is not bad for what you're getting here, which is a Pikachu promo card. And it's the kickoff to the Sword and Shield era, which is a massive, massive era inside Pokemon. It saw the COVID boom and it saw the COVID bust. A lot of people jumped into Pokemon and a lot of people left Pokemon during Sword and Shield. So this card definitely has some history behind it. And for, under $50, this card is a great pickup and it's beautiful too. Next, we have the Flareon VMAX card. This card's pretty cool. It has kind of like an oil painting type style to it, and a floating Flareon, which is very, very different from what we're used to. Now, all the cards that we're going to go over are evolutions for the rest of this video, but they all have similar charts as well. So you're going to see a stagnation period for all of these evolution cards, a boom, and then a, not a bust, but settling back down right around $30. And that's going to happen for each of these cards. I think the main reason behind this is because this card was, I think the main reason for this is because these cards are inside the premium collection boxes and they're readily available. You don't have to pull it. You just have to buy the box and then you get the cards, but they are extremely tough to grade. And these are also alternate arts, so people are interested in collecting these cards, and evolutions specifically because of how much people love Eevee and all the evolutions. So for $30 for this card, it is not bad. I love the oil painting style, and I think it has a place in most people's collections. I think Flareon is up there in terms of people's most favorite evolutions. Next is the Flareon V. This card speaks to me a little bit more than the oil painting because I like the cartoon style of this card more than the oil painting style. But like I said, it has a similar chart going from $20 up to $55, and then back down to about $30. Some past sales is $29, and $32 for each card. So very cool to see that. After that, we have the Jolteon V. This card, also similar chart, right about $15. This card was extremely cheap because I don't think it's one of the more favorite cards of the evolutions that are inside the premium collection boxes, which is why it was cheaper than the other ones, but it did see the similar spike up to $40 before settling back down to about $28, and some people are picking it up for even under $25 at $24.30. This one got it for $28. This one got it for $26. It's still a very cool card, and you don't see a lot of city backgrounds with a lot of Pokemon cards, so this one definitely is interesting. It's just that Jolteon is not really a fan favorite if you had to choose an evolution. With that said, this is one of my favorite cards of all the evolutions. This is probably my second favorite evolution card, and it is stunning. The Jolteon VMAX is so cool with the storm background, with the lightning bolts everywhere, and the massive Jolteon just jumping through the scene. It is so cool. This card is my number 2 favorite evolution card of all of them in the Sword and Shield era. So very, very cool to see that. And you could have picked this card up for about $20, which is crazy for the artwork that you're getting. $20, then a jump up to $30, and it peaked at $47 per card before settling back down to about $30, where you can see people are picking it up for $31, $35, $30, and it's just stunning. I personally am probably going to pick up a couple more copies of this card, and just so cool to see this card in the price point that's at, getting the artwork that you're getting. So really cool stuff. Next is the Vaporeon V. This one is probably lower on my list in terms of how cool the artwork is. It's just, there's not a lot going on here. It's cool. Vaporeon is one of my more favorite evolutions. It's just that it's, a calm scene, Vaporeon just cuddled up on the ground in the ocean. And it's cool, but it's just not as cool as, Jolteon jumping through the sky with lightning everywhere. So this card has seen a similar trend as all the other cards. $20 you could have picked it up for, $17.85, and then it peaked up to $43 before dropping back down to, $25. And you can see in the past sales here, $25, $27. Someone scooped up for $20, which is a great deal. And if you want to order it direct from TCG Player, it's going to cost you $30. So pretty cool pickup, and still very cheap for an alt art V card. And finally, the Mac Daddy of all the promo cards for evolutions is the Vaporeon VMAX, and this one is justified. I mean, look at it. You have the split level, land and sea. You can see all the other Pokemon swimming around with Vaporeon in the ocean, and you can see the mountains also on the top right with the purple skylights going off too. There's just so much going on in this card. Vaporeon looks extremely cute in this card, and Vaporeon is one of people's most favorite evolutions. This card is justified for the price point that it's at, but just like all the other cards, it had a similar trend where you were able to get this card for about $25 per card, and that was a long time you could have got that, from July of 2023 to March of 2024. Almost an entire year you could have picked this card up for under $30. It now jumped up to $50 before dropping back down to about $35 to $40, where people are picking it up for $36, $40. And for under $50, this card is still a pickup. It's still a steal. Look at this card for PSA 9s and 10s. It is hundreds of dollars. This card is a must for some people's collections. But for going for a near mint holo foil, ungraded, this card, you're still going to get beautiful artwork with this, so it's a great pickup for right now. But anyways, those are the top 10 Sword and Shield promo cards for under $50 that you can pick up today that have great artwork and great potential for the future. You could see 100 to 300% gains probably on these promo cards over the next few years, and I would not be surprised one bit if that was the truth. So definitely check these out. Take this with a grain of salt, invest smartly, and thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later.